and leave and never come back to government again. They won't do that, so they come out with stupid ass like on Bill Maher's dumbass show going, well, all we have to do is convince guys that we're not assholes. It's not going to happen.
When Tyrus unloads on Bill Maher and soy boy David Hogg in this explosive clip, torching Democrats for being weak and corrupt. He calls out Maher, Hogg, and others like them as symptoms of the deeper rot on the left, saying the only fix is a complete reset. Let's dive in.
A sofa brand is looking for a professional napper and will pay 10 grand to rest and digest for the summer. Finally, a job that I'm qualified for, said one man. No. True, his qualifications include previously being laid to rest. All right, it was unnecessary. Earlier today, a jury was sworn in for the trial of Sean Diddy Combs. Apparently, they took an oath while placing their right hand on the ass of an unconscious male escort. Oh, you like that one? I can't figure you people out. Finally, federal judges say unsolicited pizza deliveries to their homes are meant to intimidate them. In a related story, guess who wants to be a federal judge? Did that make sense? Okay. All right, monologue time. So right now, the Dems are the Charlie Sheen of politics. The junkie who realizes everyone was right. I got a serious problem and I need help. Take the Dems' resident twerp, DNC Vice Chair David Hogg, who actually said something true on Bill Maher.
Younger men, they would rather vote for somebody who, even if they don't completely agree with, they don't feel judged by, than somebody who they do agree with, that they feel like they have to walk on eggshells around constantly because they're going to be judged or ostracized or excommunicated. Ultimately, what we have to do here is figure out how to bring people back in and work towards the bigger goal of advancing the future of this country. Young people should be able to focus on what young people should be focused on, which is how to get laid and how to go and have fun.
Yeah. I like how he said get laid and have fun. Like the two are mutually exclusive. Although a lover who votes Democrat must be kind of a bummer. She won't let you sleep with her until you admit women should vote. Not gonna happen. But even the loudest, most annoying voices in the party are chiming in. Here's Jasmine Crockett auditioning for a job at Frontier Air. I bet there's a lot of people who are like, oh, let's go find the safest white boy we can find.
There's a lot of people that are like, you know what? Like, let's go find the safest white boy we can find. I mean, I'm just saying. No, for real.
A white man's got to do it.
No.
Those callers.
For real. And to be clear, when we talk about them, I can tell you that there is one specific candidate. I had a donor on the phones with me telling me that all the donors are lining up behind that candidate. So I can tell, and I can tell you it's not a black person nor woman.
Thanks, darling. The money's on the dresser. So now, I don't know what that means either. So now the left knows they must change. Some already are. Do you remember this lady? That's Stephanie Ruhle before Trump. Cute. This is her now. Who does she remind you of? I know. If I were Rachel, I'd be kind of worried. It reminds me of that stalker movie, Single White Female, except it's single white male. But what does this tell you? With Trump ruling the road of common sense, the Dems can only move more left. Ruhle wasn't always a left-wing scold. She spent 14 years in finance. Now she's mostly worried about the price of cats. Because she's, My guess is Jen Psaki's next. By the second episode of her new show, ratings in the key demo, people 24 to 54 plunged, with 65,000 in the entire country tuning in. I could get that many reading Kilmeade's book on my OnlyFans. So how long before Jen Psaki goes from this to this? Because the Dems, they can't return to normal. On Friday, 3 Democrats stormed an ICE facility in Newark. Even the city's lefty mayor was arrested. I guess he knows that jail is safer than the streets of Newark. But these are the responses to Trump. Theater, outrage, screaming.
At what point can we seriously ask if the left just flat out hates this country? I mean, think about it. 3 sitting congressmen and a mayor getting arrested for trying to storm a federal facility that's literally working to detain people who aren't even supposed to be in the U.S. These are the same voters who put those officials in power.
Oh.
And now they're trying to break into that system. The left is completely off the rails. It's already been hijacked by the woke mob. But now it's clear, there's no leadership, no voice of reason saying, hey, maybe let's take a step back toward the center. Maybe we should try some common sense. Nope, nothing, just chaos. Governors, congressmen, talking heads, all pushing dangerous rhetoric and pulling insane stunts. One guy even tried to bring MS-13 members back into the U.S. against the will of both our government and El Salvador's president, knowing they were illegals. Who does that? These people aren't just misguided, they're out of their minds. And let's be real, this isn't new. This is who they've always been. They hate America, the real America, and everything it stands for. These aren't liberals anymore, they're Marxists, communists. And now that they're losing control, they're lashing out like cornered animals, showing their true colors. They were always ready to go scorched earth. They just needed an excuse. Hit that like button if you agree the left has completely lost its damn mind. Now let's get back into it.
They could have had a tour, but they wouldn't have got the press.
They didn't come for no damn tour. They came for exactly that. We're going to do some dumb the people who could lose their jobs are not going to risk their jobs. So they can be the toughest guy in the room because they know security's not going to hurt them. So it's just more. Listen, this whole, even that stupid interview with the metrosexual DNC guy, that
David
Hobbs or
Hogg.
whatever.
Isn't it funny?
Who said, no, he's not funny. And I was like, I couldn't believe he's not. It's a joke. You mean to tell me, because you would like that, to where the only thing that young people are thinking about is getting laid and having fun. Well, that goes against everything that America's about. You just work your ass off, you get to a point. Fellas, once you get the whip in a little pocket in your ATM, you get laid a lot.
Yes.
Okay?
You're absolutely right.
So it just goes back.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. He missed the whole boat. I guess what he's trying to say is, I'm tired of these women telling us, well, you know what, why don't you be a man?
Beat man up. But that's not the only way this works. And this is a lot like someone trying to give dating tips to a cat lady.
Yes.
Okay? It took a long time for her to get there.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not one thing that's going to get her out. You feel where I'm going here?
Yes.
The Democratic Party, the only way it works is mass resignations.
Yes.
You have to get rid of all of them, her, him included.
Yes.
They're not, because they're fake. They are part of the problem. They all benefited during the 4 years of shadow government. They're the shadow government posing as Democrats. The only way is for all of them, one, confess their crimes and leave and never come back to government again. They won't do that, so they come out with stupid ass like on Bill Maher's dumbass show going, well, all we have to do is convince guys that we're not assholes. It's not going to happen. Doesn't matter how you do it, how you change it. They're corrupt. America sees it. There's only one way, a massive clean out. And they're not willing to let go of power.
Yeah, folks, Tyrus nailed it. There's no fixing the Democratic Party without burning it down and starting fresh. Need a clean slate. All of them have to go. The whole top-down leadership is filled with corrupt fossils clinging to power, even if they're just puppets at this point. Real change is impossible with the same establishment crew running the show. And then there's David Hogg, the poster boy for progressive weakness. This soy boy doesn't inspire anyone. I mean, the guy launched a pillow company that tanked in less than a week. This is the best they've got? Seriously? It's out here getting floated for a DNC leadership like he's some kind of rising star? Give me a break. Tyrus made a solid point. Young people aren't buying this garbage. They're worried about the economy, the future, how to survive the mess the Democrats have made the past 4 years. Sure. People are living in the moment, but they're not blind. They see the chaos. They feel the impact. Everyone's just trying to claw out of this disaster that Biden and the Dems created. And if David Hogg wants to spew nonsense on Bill Maher's show, fine, let him. But it's not going to move the needle. It won't change the Democratic Party, and it sure won't win over real Americans. If anything, it proves how out of touch they are. They're never giving up power voluntarily. Never. And even with Trump back in the fight, the war is still raging. The culture war, the MAGA versus deep state battle, it's far from over. This thing is going all the way to the bitter end. These people won't go quietly. They never intended to. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Did Tyrus go too far? Or was he dead on slamming Bill Maher, David Hogg, and the Democrat Meltdown? Smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.